What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast, a show dedicated to talking about all the Pogcast things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
And I want GeoGuessr to not be so Eurocentric, okay?
Freaking
Racists.
yeah! Stop discriminating against the states.
Floridians.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Actually, you can leave us out of GeoGuessr.
That's the ongoing joke is every time it's like Haiti or like Kenya or some like really, I'm like, okay, I think this is Orlando. Just like there's just trash everywhere. I'm like, this is Orlando.
Florida. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I don't know if you saw right at the end there. Did you see the minor sort of debacle I had with the little bollards?
I heard it, but like I was getting everything ready and it was up on another monitor, so I missed it.
So, I have been diving into the meta, learning some of the meta.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, it's I cannot fathom. Well, it would if it didn't have to do with the real world.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the most arbitrary, random collection of like facts.
Oh, yeah. Like the list of things to memorize to be meta. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's like memorizing, like, oh yeah, if you want to make green circuits at 100% efficiency in Factorio, it's going to be this, and this, and this. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
But it's actually like, there's the illusion of relevance, as if I'm going to, be driving through Lithuania and all of a sudden my wife's going to be like, what? Where are we? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know how we got here, but I can tell you based on the hole on the side of the road, But let me fucking show you. So I just had a round. So lately, you have to wait a week to like rank up.
Oh yeah. You told me about that.
So I'm still on week
Silver.
2 basically, or maybe on the 3rd week.
Yeah.
So I'm silver 1, and so there's silver. Well, there's bronze 3, 2, 1, silver 3, 2, 1, gold 3, 2, 1, and then I think master 3, 2, 1. I've been facing master 2s. Like 40% of my games I'm playing master 2s.
Silver 1?
It's silver 1, yeah. I don't know if you can't see your elo, I think, until you get to gold. I doubt my elo is high enough. I mean, I have like a 62 or 63% like win rate or whatever.
Yeah.
But the hard part is that like it's just a different game.
Yeah.
When it's like there's these 50 countries and it's either the capital or like maybe 1 or 2 other cities in every country.
Yeah.
Let's just say you have to kind of cram into your head like 100 pieces of information and you can kind of play at the silver level.
Yeah.
Or you can avoid all of that and just go around until you see like a .fr, domain for like, oh, I'm in France or you just see a highway sign that's like, welcome to, Nebraska or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I play these people at higher ranks, I'm not in that collection of maps anymore. I'm in the back alley.
You're in their
Sudan.
maps? See, I would have thought it was the other way. I thought they'd be playing your maps, they would just dominate. But if you're playing their maps, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, and in order to have any chance, it's all about the meta. Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you what the Google Maps car is in almost every African country.
Like what type of car it is?
Yeah, it's like a very specific truck with like, depending on the color of the truck or where the antenna is. Dude, the abstract knowledge that you have to have. So what just happened was I lost a round against somebody. It was one of the higher ranked people, and what I saw was basically this. on the side of the road.
Okay.
Now, and I had memorized, okay, the white slanted pole with black, the two dots, the white and the white is Germany. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I chose, kind of the region where I thought it was in Germany. They chose Latvia. And they got it right. Because apparently sometimes in Latvia they're fucking white. And maybe there was like a number.
Ballards are very similar to the German ballards.
I mean, yeah. And there's every combination of like color. Like, and dude, I don't understand how every single country, I don't know if they coordinate this or not. It's just a different combination
of like colors and.
Yes. So just to give you a little bit, because I've been like really drilling. there are some tools. One of them is called a learnable meta. That basically is like a plugin for GeoGuessr. So it puts you on a specific collection of maps. And basically you are somewhere, you can rotate around somewhere wherever you are. There's like at least one piece of meta. And then, so when you guess, and then it pops up a thing and says, this was Kyrgyzstan. This can be recognized by the silver Google car with 4 visible bars. Coverage was done during the winter, so trees often lack leaves. So, like, it's basically like, this is what you should have seen. This is
it's
what
like,
you missed.
here's an opportunity to guess, and then here's what you should be looking for in this region. And then you can be like mentally, okay, wow.
It's almost like flashcards, but actually using GeoGuessr. So I've been grinding, and just to give you an idea, so here, I actually don't even know where the fuck this is. Okay, Poland,
the Polish ballard.
So that was the Polish ballard.
Oh my.
Here's another one in another country. Here's another one in another country. Here's another one in another country.
Dude, the ballard meta.
Here's another one in another country. This is Austria. Sometimes it has a little nipple on top. Sometimes it doesn't. But there's other countries that have the nipple in the same color, but don't have the nipple.
Oh my god.
Then there's Germany, which is basically like what I thought I saw, but I guess it was like an exception.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then here's this is England. And I don't know, like, the fact that there's no repeating.
Yeah.
It actually kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, it's like
they must coordinate.
Yeah, is there like a Ballard Commission, a global Ballard Commission that assigns
There's
colors?
Like a database or something, where it's like, okay, we need to make new ballards on the highway. So what we're gonna do is it's gonna be a slanted white one. Cool. We like the black, but has anybody done green and yellow yet? Afghanistan has. Okay, cool. Let's make it purple and blue. Oh shit, no.
Lithuania did that. Crazy, bro.
And that's just ballards. Okay. What I've also been grinding are electrical poles. So look at that pole.
That's a crazy looking electrical pole.
So look at that pole. Okay. And this pole.
They're the same picture. Not the same picture, but the same pole.
And this pole.
That was not hollow.
And this pole.
These are all different countries.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like,
Bruh.
It's...
Bruh.
And there's a website called Plonket. So, like, just pick a country, any country in the whole world.
I don't know. Poland? Because you just showed me Poland.
So, like...
Oh, shoot. What?
EU plates. These are the ballards. These are the poles.
Oh, shoot.
You got to know it's got all white road lines, which is also what, like, New Zealand and, Australia, for the most part, have. You see these signs. Or these signs or these signs.
And so you can just pick a country and it's like, boom, here's the ballards, here's the light posts, here's the roads, here's the trees, here's the concrete,
here's the architecture.
bro.
Oh, and then regional specific clues. So like, brother, there is where is it? Is it not Vietnam, not Cambodia? Maybe it's the Philippines. Ah, yes. Knowing the models of the little tuk-tuk things by region.
The little tuk-tuks. And what country is this?
Philippines.
Holy.
So I have been grinding. Now I had a couple of pretty good W's today. There's I think more clips, but I'm not going to go through all of them. I got my first 5K.
Oh, nice.
So this is
This
what
is the
I
picture.
started. This is the picture. Plaza Rodriguez Peña.
Plaza de Rodriguez Peña. Trees, signs. Damn.
Like I'm in Buenos Aires. Now I'm like, okay, now let's try and maybe see.
Yeah. Oh, you can like zone in.
And I'm like, and then now they've chosen. So it's 10, 9, 8. And I'm like, zoom in. Plaza Rodriguez Peña. I'm like, oh my god.
You're on top
100
of
feet
it.
away.
100 feet away.
Oh, dude, I was so happy. In a competitive was like, especially when there really wasn't that much time. It's not like, sometimes there's like you sit there for 5 minutes.
Holy.
So I was happy with that one. Now this one is another one that I think I used some meta. I don't remember. Yes. So check this out. Here's the picture.
Mm-hmm. Some grass and some mud.
I already know where I am.
Brick? What the frick?
I'm in Kharkiv, Ukraine.
How do you know? Okay, well that helps, I guess.
Yeah, but I already chose.
Yeah.
They went Omsk over in Russia.
Yeah, which would have been my second choice.
2 miles away. So how I knew was go back.
Insanity.
Ukraine has a red mapping car.
So you looked in the reflection of the puddle.
No, it wasn't. That's not even the reflection. That's like the what they like blur
like
the car.
I see. Yeah. Is it almost like a 360 camera that tries to like remove the stick it's on, and they try and like remove the car?
And I think it might be some like generative sort of AI or something to like fill in, almost like Photoshop does. But you can still see a little bit of it left over. So it was that red car. And if you go to Ukraine, it'll tell you.
Oh yeah. Oh my dude, that. Oh my god.
That's been my fucking jam for like 10 hours a day, all day, every day.
That's insane, bro. That's insane. Those resources are sick though. Like,
it's incredible.
Yeah,
the community is insane. The community is insane.
Is that all just like sourced by GeoGuessr fans and people that enjoy the game?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that that learnable meta plugin is like open source, and actually one of the developers who also is like a GeoGuessr kind of pro, Trausi, Trausi. He's been like really cool. I actually don't know where he's from. But he's also a streamer.
Dude,
So
that's
yeah, he's
sick.
one of the developers, and he's been helping out. There's been a bunch of people that have been like giving me, tips and stuff. But yeah,
That's
it's been rad,
awesome.
dude.
That's awesome. It is weird
I
that you're playing such high ranks, people.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like because if it's a function of me doing well or if it's just a function of like matchmaking, like there just aren't enough silvers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pretend
or
like the
they
game's like, oh, you're
yeah,
actually good
you're
enough.
doing really good. Or is it just they do that to like like ones before they go up to the next tier? They just like throw you in with some people that are better.
Could be. I feel like some of the like veterans would have said that by now. If that
Yeah,
was
true.
the
I guess
case.
if that was like a normal thing.
Yeah,
That's
but
sick though, man.
brother, there's only one other thing that I want to talk about today, and it is what was the best part of my trip to
Oh
Austin.
yeah, we talked about this. You alluded to wanting to talk about this on the cast on the Patreon episode.
Bro, it was really hot, and we had gone to like the capital and San Antonio and stuff, and it was just like, oh, we're like, all right, we're gonna not walk around anymore today.
Yeah.
Let's go do something fun. And we did an escape room.
Okay.
Now let me tell you, we did the escape room. That was on day 1. We were there for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
We booked another one day 2. We booked another one day 3.
Dang.
Brother, this escape room. So we went to a place called Escape Hour Austin.
Okay.
If anybody goes to Austin, if you're from Texas, you're close to Texas, just go there. It was an experience.
Yeah.
Like I've never, and I've done like 100 escape rooms.
Really?
Have you done any escape rooms?
I have done a couple, yeah. Like
So,
2 or 3.
I'm not gonna like spoil any puzzles or spoil anything. But the one thing I'll say is how would you react if you were doing like the theme of the escape room was, kind of like a haunted cabin kind of thing.
Okay. And then one of your friends actually dies.
Yeah, right. Let me see if I can prepare you properly. Yeah, this will do.
This is gonna be another macro zoomed in ant picture jump scare.
Yeah, not quite. But this'll should give you an idea. Let me just get this little photograph up here. Sorry. Open image in new tab. So you're doing the puzzle, okay?
Okay.
And at one point, then you hear a loud scream.
Nah.
My wife tackles me. I turn around, and basically I see an actual little girl actually down on her hands and knees crawling towards us.
Nah. Bro, listen. How does that actual human, I'm assuming an actor in the thing, not get like kicked in the face?
Literally Meg was like, I'm gonna kick you in the face. Like she's like, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm gonna pee. I'm so scared, and I'm gonna kick you in the face. She's like, don't you fucking come near me. It was
oh my god, bro.
And then she like, slammed a few things and just like crawled out.
Nah, bro.
It was, I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
Like interactive. Yeah. There's one other thing where we were basically talking to like, this, how like a lot of times you end up with like, hey, can I have a clue? And you just hear a guy, who's just like, just look at the padlock on your left.
Yeah. Yep.
You got the order of the numbers wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This was like we were talking to
like a character.
The voice of and I actually don't even remember. I think it was like the girl the like haunted, voice thing. And it was like, at no point did we ever have to ask for a hint.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's an hour. You don't want to get stuck and like miss the time. It was like perfectly, almost like she would come in like an immersive way and say something. She would like sing a little jingle.
Yeah.
Or like you wouldn't, it was like a clue for a clue.
Yeah. It wasn't like look under the mug and then that kind of.
Yeah, it was so incredible. And there's this funny moment that me and Meg kept referencing. There was, and again, I'm not going to like spoil any puzzles or anything, but there was a puzzle that involved basically some pictures that were like on a wall. And we had to kind of figure out the order of them. It was part of, something. And one of them was, it was like the silhouette outline of like almost like a small little church house.
Okay.
Where it's just like, 10 rows of a pew with like the little tower on the front and a, cross. And we were trying to figure out what was relevant. And at one point, Meg was like, well, what about there should be a school. We're looking for a school. And I was like, there's no school. It's a church. We have a church. And all of a sudden, over the radio, she goes, we're in the South. She's like, oh, okay, so that's the church is a school. Gotcha. It was just the fucking most hilarious thing ever, dude. She's like, well, we're in the South.
Are in the South. Churches and schools are pretty much the same thing here.
Oh my God. And it was like, oh, okay.
Oh my
we were
God.
just laughing about that the whole time. Dude. So I what I will say is we did the cabin chapter 1 and 2. There's a third chapter that they're like building that'll be done, I think, next month. But
Nice.
I don't know if we ever go back to Austin. I'm 100% doing it. But if you like escape rooms, just go to Escape Hour. The people that were there, bro, like it's so rare these days that you go somewhere and feel like the people care
enjoy
about
being
what they're
there.
doing.
Yeah.
They enjoy being there and that they care. Literally from before we walked in the front door, we were immersed.
That's sick.
We're like trying to figure out, like, because there's multiple buildings.
Yeah.
And we're like trying to figure out, and I went to go open the door, and poof, the door bursts open. It's like, are you guys here to, do the thing you're supposed to do? We've been waiting for you. And it's like, oh shit, like filling out the waivers was like immersive, bro. It was like,
that's cool.
It was next level.
Yeah. That's cool to almost like take it to almost like bringing in like a Halloween Horror Nights level of like interactivity where like there's immersive and then there's or scary or whatever, but then adding almost like actors to it. Because I've been to some escape rooms that it was very just like, hey, welcome in. Have you been here with us before? Like it's very like almost like corporate. Okay, it's in here. These are the rules. So like bringing the extra level of like immersion with actual real actors, people in the thing, but then with the other elements of it, like you said, like the hints and the clues weren't just like my younger brother worked at the Escape Game. Like, I don't know if that's like one of the more national ones, but he worked at one in Orlando, the Escape Game.
Yeah. Is that one of those ones where it's like all dark leather, like in the lobby?
Yeah. I forget what the logo looked like. Anyways, yeah.
Like a key, right?
Yes, I think so. The Escape Game. He worked at one in Orlando. And what was nice was a couple times we got to, when they were building new ones and they would test it, he would just invite us. So I've only been to one that I like paid for because we would just go and like test the new ones and stuff like that. But anyways, my little brother was the guy on the radio just being like, go look over here. So to add each of those elements into like almost like the next iteration of an escape room makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It's kind of like, how is nobody else doing that?
I mean, because that involves like effort and
like, people that are like can be happy and outgoing and
and it also like there's not for nothing, there's some amount of like risk involved in like interacting in that way. It's almost like haunted houses, right? You know, there's
Dude.
the whole thing like if they don't touch you, you won't touch them. Like there's this kind of like unpredictability where you know if someone is literally going to panic and like kick you in the
Dude,
face.
that's what I don't understand how people do that. Like Halloween Horror Nights is crazy. Like I would never want to be the girl in the ring or in the well that crawls out in that picture. Like I would just be so scared I would get punched in the face.
Yeah, it was it was masterfully done. Again, Escape Hour Austin. We had so the first 2 times we went, it was the cabin part 1, part 2. We did another one that wasn't as interactive. I can't imagine like if they have like 10 or 15 escape rooms or whatever, like you can't have like multiple actors and GMs and stuff for everyone.
Yeah.
So not all of them are necessarily interactive. I don't know how many are, but
Yeah.
I will say the cabin 1 and 2 are like absolutely worth it. Our game masters, we had Sabina and June were their names, and they were just fucking rad. The fact that I remember
awesome.
their names
Yeah.
a week afterwards, and it's
That's
just
sick.
just a testament to how incredible it was. And it just made me happy that like I haven't had an experience where I was just like, oh my God, I got more than what I paid for.
Yeah, that's sick. Dude, I don't know. People, the type of brains that like construct those things, construct those puzzles and thread that line on like too difficult or like you want it to be fun and engagingly difficult. You don't want it to be too difficult or arbitrary. It needs to like make sense with the lore and the theme of like whatever this escape room is. It can't just all be like, scratch the wall until you find the hollow part. Like it has to make sense and it has to be long. And it's like, dude, that stuff is just, it's fun. It scratches like a part of your brain that you don't normally scratch in your day-to-day life. You know what I mean? So, but I don't.
In the first one we finished, and what's even more impressive is that these puzzles, they weren't like, a lot of times it's like there's a clue on a little sheet of paper that points you to a thing that opens up, and then there's another clue that gives you like a 3-digit code to unlock the padlock.
Yeah.
And then that gives you a key which opens up another padlock, which gives you another clue. You know what I mean? And it's like, this was so different.
Yeah.
So different. I had to play a jingle on a fucking xylophone, brother. Like it was so fucking rad. And from an engineer's perspective, I was really impressed. I was like, yo, this is so sick. Like how
awesome.
How they did all of this stuff. And what's most impressive was, so the first one we finished in like 59 minutes, which is like amazing. The second one we finished in like an hour and 5 minutes or something. But that's another thing that's so amazing is, first of all, like it just goes to show you how they really like.
Yeah.
Like a video game, it's easy to change things and add things and remove things if you need to add. But like with a physical room, you can't just add whatever. So the fact that they got it so that you could do all the things within the time period, is impressive. But also the fact that after, an hour, they were like, they're really close. We'll give them 5 minutes to like finish.
Yes, normally they're not.
Of how like sad we would have been. Like we were so close. I mean, you genuinely feel like kind of shitty if we like get close and we don't win. And it's like, so the fact that they gave us a few extra minutes,
that's sick,
was also just like, wow.
My brother would tell me about how like they were taught to like, no matter how close they got, basically if they didn't get there and you have to come in, they would always make it sound like they were like 1 away. Like they knew from all the steps to be like they could have made it to step like 3 of 10, and he knew how to go in and just be like, dude, you like if you had just done this, you would have flipped this open and there's the key, man. You guys were so close. Because it just feels better to feel like you were close and not have somebody walk in and be like, dude, y'all weren't even halfway done. But I was just like, damn, bro. But that is sick that they let you go over a little bit, because normally places don't. They're like, at the hour, they're cutting it.
Yeah, and obviously I can't make any promises that they could always,
yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was just so good. It was so good.
That's awesome. That's sick, man. Escape Hour, Austin, Texas. Shout out.
And there are, I think there are other.
Oh, it's like a chain of them.
Yeah, but there's not that many. It's like family owned.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of like even more impressive that it's like, not this massive like corporation. They have, let me see, they have a Discord server. Yo, Pog.
I wonder if they have like an ARG in the Discord server. That'd be sick.
Dude, their website's also sick. Yeah, I don't know about us. There's more locations.
Yeah. That's sick though.
But yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, we got a little bit of Tarkov and some other gaming stuff to talk about. Before we do, however, I do want to take a quick second and thank the sponsor for this episode, and that is Cash App. Cash App is like the OG, like money management and transfer app that I used back in the day. Genuinely, like it's probably been close to a decade. Me and all the homies had Cash App. It was the best way for like splitting, like, hey, we're going to do this thing. I'll put it on me. Y'all just Cash App me. It literally like became part of the lingo. Yo, just Cash App me. I'll get you. Just Cash App me. And so I've used it for a long time. We've used it. We have the super customizable debit cards you can get if you have money on your account and just use it right out of the Cash App thing. And you can like sign it. You can personalize it. Mine was like all black and it just had my signature on. And this was like years ago, bro. It was so sleek. It made me feel like I had the titanium cards. It wasn't though. I was poor. I had $7 in the account, but it made me feel good. But over the years, I mean, Cash App does a whole lot of other stuff now. You can do way more than you think and make your money work for you. If you direct deposit, which you can direct deposit into there, at least $300 in paychecks and use the Cash App card, you can earn up to 4% annual interest on your savings. No hidden fees, no balancing. So high interest savings is huge. You can hit your savings goals faster by turning up the roundup feature in your Cash App. With roundups, every purchase made using the card is rounded up to the nearest dollar. Last week we were talking about this. It's like tipping yourself, which is I love that usage for roundups. It's like you're putting the change back when you used cash. You're putting the change in a tip jar for yourself. And you can make your money work for you. Take advantage of the high interest savings on the Cash App today. It's cool, man. The app is obviously super sleek. It's super easy to set up. It's super easy to link with anything. The card is cool and super customizable. And it just kind of does a whole lot of stuff, helps your money work for you. So for a limited time, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code and earn some additional cash. Just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code, which is Pogcast. Yeah, I always just want to make sure. Pogcast in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you will get $10 dropped into your account. Terms apply. That is money. That is Cash App. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member at FDIC. Direct deposit, roundups, and overdraft coverage and discounts are provided by Cash App, a blocking brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Thank you so much to Cash App for sponsoring this episode. Oh my God, what a... I saw you reach for something and I didn't know what it was. That's the perfect little like ad read end jingle.
Yeah, I'm gonna overuse the fuck.
You just gotta add percussion behind it. Like just leave it at that and then
yeah.
And then
maybe I'll do that. I'd send it to you and then you should have that as like your little fucking because then I make like the little jazzy.
Yes.
I don't know if you still use that or not, but yeah, that would be
that'd be a great like
good.
Dude, me doing that and you adding some percussion would be a great like Seinfeld moment thing where like I get like one shot off spawn and I hit a Stream Deck command and it zooms in on my face and it's just boom.
Oh, all right, I'll add some drums.
Anyways, that's so funny. Anyways, so in gaming news, this just in, Tarkov is boring as hell. We're just it's nothing new. They once again all over the place with how frequently they're releasing traders. Like getting from level 1 to level 2 traders was like we had all level 1 traders, and then 3 level 2 traders were opened in one day. And then like 3 days went by, and then one trader, and then the next day was another trader, and then the next day was another trader, and then it was a couple days, and then just the other day it was 3 level 3 traders or 4 level 3 traders popped up, and it wasn't the same as the original 3. And then the other 3 popped up the next 2 days later. Dude, So there's like completely no rhyme or reason to like how they're unlocking the traders. But we're at the point where the trader levels kind of really no longer hold back many quests. There's only really like perfect mediator, which is the task you complete where you get all level 4 traders.
Yeah.
So now at least like now it feels the least bad because even though none of us have level 4 traders, we can progress, which is kind of what I was saying from the beginning. I wish they had done that instead of arbitrarily locking the traders. If they had let people quest and progress and get XP and rewards and money and stuff like that, even if they were locking the traders or whatever, it would have felt better. That's why it felt bad in the beginning. I mean, I still think it was just an arbitrary way to do it instead of just rebalancing what's on level 4 traders instead of just like holding them, you know, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you later. So it feels at least fine because it's like, okay, well, at least we can quest. So that's what we're doing. And I don't know, some level of like, oh, it's interesting that we're doing them all in like different orders this time because I got these quest line first because we didn't have this level trader. But at the end of the day, it's like I still spent all day today doing spot tour and wet job on shoreline and like it's the same. So that.
Do the raids feel like full? Do they feel normal? Do they feel dead? Do they feel?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. Sometimes they feel like it's like 5-6 raids in a row where we don't see anybody. And then sometimes it's like 5-6 raids in a row where you just die off spawn. Like it really, I can't tell. Like the only thing that would make sense for my experience that explains it all is that there is less players playing, but the spawn logic is so bad that even if a raid is half full, it will sometimes just spawn you right next to each other. That would because sometimes I genuinely feel I'm like, is anybody playing Tarkov? Like we did like 4 shoreline raids in a row where we're like running from one side of the map to the other, going in the resort, and we didn't see another human 3 weeks after wipe. But then we had like 3 in a row where I died off spawn and they had to like bring my stuff out because it was just like spawn, look to the left. Oh, there's a guy sniping at us already. He hit me in the head and I'm dead. And so I can't. And in those instances, normally I'd be like, oh, the lobby's full if it's putting us right next to each other. But maybe not. Maybe it's just sometimes you get a bad dice roll. So obviously we don't really know, without player counts, which we're never going to get. It's really hard to tell if it's just dead or maybe it was a full raid, but a bunch of people died off spawn on the other side of the map and I didn't hear that fight. Maybe it's just like a bunch of TVs doing fishing gear. So they're all down at the beach and we're up at the resort. Like it is really hard to tell. But it's just, I don't want to, we won't probably talk about Tarkov very much. I don't want to belabor the points, but like it is just every week that goes by, it's just galvanized that like this wipe is more tedious, more arbitrary, and not in any way more rewarding. In fact, less rewarding because they've really, once again, heavily nerfed the loot, which once again kind of goes to show their thought process was just like, what's hardcore? Like, what if there was just like less of everything? What if you had less traders and less whatever, instead of what if we made the game harder but more rewarding? To which you would be like, oh, okay, what if you could buy nothing from the traders, but you had to like find this stuff and we like buffed the locked rooms or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just like me and Velian found, between the two of us, we found all 3 marked keys on reserve. We looted all of them down to 1 use each. He found a red rebel. So in basically 28 uses of keys, he found a red rebel, which is nice. I found a red key card, which is not really worth anything anymore because A, labs is ass. B, there are only 10 uses now. They used to be infinite uses, but now they're 10 uses. So the value of them has plummeted a lot because you can only swipe it 10 times.
Wait, which one?
Red key card. All the labs key cards, green, black, red, yellow, they're all 10 use now instead of infinite. Which I would have been totally fine with. That change happened last wipe though, or maybe 2 wipes ago. I would have been fine.
I must have missed that.
I would have been fine with that change if they buffed the loot in the rooms, right? Like less keys in circulation because the keys aren't infinite, better loot in the rooms. They did not. Now it's just less keys in circulation and no loot in the rooms. So nobody really, so like red key card isn't what it once was. I can't sell it on the flea market because there's no flea market. I don't want to go to labs because labs, there's no loot behind that room. And the sell value of it to therapist is half of what it was before because that was part of the hardcore wipe. So like genuinely a red key card was less valuable than one single Bitcoin. The rarest key in the game. So I did find that in my marked room, but other than that, it was nothing really. We looted Voron's hideout key 5 times, which is the arena locked rooms. Those used to be insane. That we found nothing in there. So it's just like, it's super demoralizing. I was actually excited at the fact that without the flea market, I have all of the top tier shoreline keys. Like I've got the 4 on West Wing, I've got 301, I've got 222, sand key with tape, 310, 328. That's my like set. I don't really go crazy. That's my set every wipe. And dude, I've looted 301, I've looted 226. Like there's just nothing, bro. Like I pogged out of my mind if I find a motor like just in those rooms because I'm like, oh, thank God, something I can use for the hideout.
Is there a world where like there is actually loot, but it's getting like vacuumed up? Or
sure,
I mean,
maybe.
probably not.
I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. It seems so prevalent that that's the experience of everybody. That would actually almost mean the old wives' tale of like there's 2 cheaters in every raid. It would almost have to be that for it to be this consistent and this widespread.
Yeah.
So it's like, once again, it's like you could slice it any way you want it, where like if they wanted us to get loot from the traders, then maybe, nerf the loot in locked rooms. If you wanted us to go out and have to risk our gear for the loot, then get rid of the traders, but put the loot out there. It feels bad to go from like buy anything you want from the traders or go find the loot in the raid. You can't buy anything from the traders. You can't buy anything from the flea. And nothing is worth looting. Like, I have expressed this sentiment before last wipe because they have been slowly. You know how there's the expression gamers will optimize the fun out of everything. Like that's an expression about how like they just min-max the game.
Yeah.
BSG has balanced the fun out of Tarkov. And I had that realization earlier today because like. I needed a thermite and you can drop items this time. And I asked Vel and he had an extra thermite and he brought it into the raid and we were like, oh, he's like, I can't drop this. Like you can't drop thermites or measuring tapes, but you can drop keys and drills and tool sets. And so it's like, it's all arbitrary on what you can drop and how many of it you can drop. And you can't buy anything on the flea. You can't buy, which once again, I'm not even like this big advocate for the flea. It's just, it was like everything. It's like you can't buy anything from the traders, really. You can't buy anything from the flea. You can't buy USD from Peacekeeper. So like there's a quest where you have to turn in 8K USD. You just have to like sell stuff. You can't buy the USD. You can't like convert your rubles to USD. You can't buy euros. You can't buy that. And then when you go into the raid, you're like, okay, well maybe that's how Tarkov should be. There shouldn't be any external forces. I should risk my life. I should risk my gear and I should go. And that's how you get stuff. And then it's like, it's all duffel bag loot. Like, there's no loose loot, really, that's valuable. It's all just like the entire game's loot economy is RNG now. It's everything is a duffel bag or a filing cabinet. That's it.
I wonder if like that they do that because that's the only way they can counter the vacuum cheats.
I liked it better when they were vacuum cheats. Sorry.
Because at least like
at least the raid
50% of your raids didn't have them, so then you had a chance.
I'm once again, and that's a thing. Like 4 years ago, Jesse would shadow box with 2025 Jesse in the shower and be like, oh, that shadow was so stupid for saying he likes it better. Like BSG, like I fully get the irony of like 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, they have to, man, they have to do the RMT stuff. It's fine, bro. Like I was full of that, like, and I recognize that. And I recognize this is me saying either I was wrong or, time and experience has changed me, but I miss the cheats, bro. I miss like I miss when people were freaking RMT was a problem. When I could drop shit for my friend and RMT was a problem. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll think that take is terrible in 6 months. But it's just like they've balanced the fun out of the game. You just like there's no pog moments anymore. Letexes are like I'm trying to think if there's like a rare item that's worth more than a Bitcoin. And Bitcoins, like, so basically what I'm trying to say is there isn't really like a pog, like there isn't like a pog moment anymore. Like Bitcoins are valuable, but the minute that they added the Bitcoin farm to the hideout, they became less like emotionally valuable. Like it's still 600K. So if you find one in a safe, you're like, hell yeah, I found a Bitcoin. But because you can literally manufacture them en masse, it's going to be hard without the flea market. Finding a Bitcoin became less like cool because when you get Bitcoin farm, you can make 3. But all the other items in the game that were the pog moments are now less valuable than Bitcoins. Oh, my wife, some DQ. Oh,
thank you, babe.
Oh my God. Enjoy that while I spill some tea.
Excuse me.
Excuse me while I. Anyways, does that make sense? Like lead X's are 600K to the trader and, impossible to find except for in a med bag now. You just have to get lucky in a med bag. I found a red key card, but it doesn't matter because I can't sell it and it's worth nothing to the trader, less valuable than a Bitcoin. And Bitcoins are common. So it's like, there's no like emotionally fun.
Is the red key card, is the room?
It's really bad.
So you get less uses and it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, we looted it a couple times. I mean, once again, it could be Pog AF this wipe. There is no way I'm going to labs to test it out. I doubt it. But for wipes now, it's been like you could go in there and get like 3 gun parts and 120 rounds of HP 545 ammo. Sometimes you get an Intel. Sometimes you get a LEDX. But it's like you might have to swipe it all 10 times to get a LEDX. And there was a time where a red key card cost 60 million on the flea because it was an infinite key and you could get a LEDX every other time. Now it's like you have to run 10 labs raids. You have to hit the room 10 labs raids. And then if you get anything good, you got to survive with it to sell it on the flea. Now, there's no flea this wipe, but I'm just saying. So it's like they've just balanced the fun out of the game.
You talk about like gamers min-maxing things. They have always been anti-min-max. Because think about how many things, like the streamers are the ones that sort of popularize whatever the min-maxing strats are, right? Yeah. They're the ones that are doing the fucking GPU runs and interchange over and over and over again or whatever, right? So, and they've historically always responded by seeing what the meta min-max strat is and just nerfing it into the ground.
Yeah.
So we gamers min-max the fun. So what they did is they min-max.
They nerfed the fun. Yeah, for sure. And this is like a side conversation on extraction shooters. When I was up at Marathon in Seattle, I was talking to the devs about this too. But it's like I think I'm not saying that the job of balancing Tarkov is easy. Right. I think they're doing a bad job, but I'm not saying it's an easy job to do. And we were talking because we were talking with like the Marathon, economy team and like what they're doing and this, that, and like talking about the loot. And the loot was a big sticking point for me in Marathon because it was like the backpacks were too small and nothing was valuable. And they expressed concerns like, yeah, but like, if the economy inflates to the point of, like there's, everybody just has everything by the end of the wipe, then then there are no stakes and people don't care. And I was like, dude, I totally get that. Like that makes sense. But, and it's funny because I said this to them and it's been coming true in Tarkov for a while. It's like, but if the game's not fun, then people don't play it. And they won't make it that far. And they don't get to the end game because they stop playing because the game's not fun. And in an extraction shooter where you just die, like the average person just dies and dies and loses their kit and dies. I really think that what keeps people playing is the dream of the 100-kilogram, 23 million ruble raid.
Yeah.
The dream of I found the red key card and I got out with it and sold it for 40 million rubles. The dream of putting backpack inside a backpack with the attachments and I found 2 Bitcoins. And so I think most companies see the clips, whether it's from a streamer or just somebody that had an insane run and the clip goes viral. They see the clips of like 100-kilogram raids. I made 30 million rubles. And they go, oh shit, the economy, that's too much loot per run. We can't have people making 30 million per run, but it's not 30 million per run. They see 30 million ruble runs and they go, oh my God, that's so common. But it's not, bro. 100%. There's 100,000 people playing the game and this is 100 runs. And they don't realize that those clips are actually the best marketing tools for their games ever. You know how many people rage quit, Alt F4, fuck this game. They scroll shorts, and then they see a hyper rat clip of him getting out of labs with a red key card and 2 LED X's and 3 graphics cards and 80 kilograms worth of loot. And they go, all right, one more raid. And they get back in the game, like that dream. And so killing that dream, yes, is it a nightmare to balance the economy? For sure. But if the dial goes fun or balanced, if it's too balanced and nobody plays, then what are we doing? What are we balancing for? Your player base is gone. And Tarkov like other games don't have the Stockholm syndrome that Tarkov has. Like if Marathon's loot when they launch the game is too balanced and not fun, that game will die, right? Like Tarkov has, we talk about this every week. Tarkov has the fact that it was unbalanced before and people remember when it was unbalanced and it was fun. And they have the novelty of being first to market. So people have like built this like sunk cost fallacy into Tarkov. So it's like Tarkov can unfortunately afford to dial the knob to unfun and people just keep playing because they're Stockholm syndrome, including myself. But if Arc Raiders, if the loot isn't fun, it's going to die. If Marathon, the loot isn't fun, it's going to die. And so many people I talk to don't get it. They don't get that you need those raids. You need those clips going viral. That's what keeps people playing. That's the dream. That's what keeps the dream alive. And I feel like Tarkov has just balanced it all away.
What BSG has done is they decided they wanted to get into the... I want to sneeze.
Did you hit that?
That was literally an accident. What the fuck was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, BSG decided they wanted to get into the crystal meth making game, but
yeah,
they made the meth not give you a high. You just lose your teeth and like lose all your weight, and
yeah,
it's like
it used to give you a high.
You need the high,
yes,
and that's what makes people have the copium of like, no, it'll be good, it'll be fine, I should go back.
Yeah.
Gamblers need to know that they have a chance to win.
Exactly. It's exactly like how casinos love when people win. They don't like when like card counters win. You know what I mean? They don't like when those people win. But when like Johnny freaking, I'm there with, putting my last $3,000 in my account instead of paying off my car, I'm putting it here, and he wins $50,000. They love that. They want to bring the big check out to Johnny because they want to broadcast to everybody and go, see, you can win. We know you're probably not going to. And that's exactly it. They're the casino, like rigging all the games to not win. But now they just have a bunch of gambling addicts in the casino pressing the button every wipe on the slot machine, and nobody's fucking winning anything, bro. And it's just getting boring.
and what happens is those gambling addicts, as you fast forward, you see the time lapse. There's 50 of them in the room, then there's 40 of them in the room, then there's 30 of them in the room, and everyone else is playing fucking blackjack or whatever. They're not playing slot machines because the slot machines haven't paid out. So why bother? There's just better options.
And so that's a criticism that I levy against not just BSG, but like the whole genre. Like very few extraction games have gotten the loot right. You have to be able to go crazy with it. And obviously I'm talking about Tarkov because it's the game I've been playing every day. And this wipe, it's just like, just all of the best stuff I've found, sans the red key card that I immediately, actually I put it in the cultist circle and I got an evasion armband back. So sans that, all the best loot I've found, all the best loot chat has found. Like when I'm like I'm still looking for a Ledex. You know, there's the quest private clinic. You turn in a Ledex and ophthalmoscope and you get the thick items case. I haven't found my Ledex yet. And I'm
Is
like,
that the one where you can choose?
No.
Oh, that's a different one. You get a med case.
Oh yeah, there's chemical part 4 is one where you
okay.
get to choose like who you turn into. But yeah, and it's like I'm asking chat like where you found your Medexes and Ledexes, and everyone's like, oh yeah, medical bag, duffel bag. I found it, you know, on the gurney on Woods. Like no one is like, oh, I found it in East 333. No one's like, I found it in Labs. It's just the whole game is just loot, duffel bag, and filing cabinet and med bag until you find what you need, and that's like. That's just not fun, in my opinion. In my opinion. So, yeah. So that's the, that's just kind of where where Tarkov is. I don't know.
Dude, I just feel like it just makes sense that the treasure rooms should have the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
All the duffel bags and boxes and everything should have a tiny chance to get treasure, but otherwise that's where you should get the flash hider adapters and the pistol grips and the scope rings and the fucking, you know, jar of mayonnaise or whatever, you know what I mean? Like all the miscellaneous shit. And
the med rooms in like the sanatorium, you know, the hospital in Shoreline you should all those keyed rooms, you should be able to find meds relatively frequently, defibrillators, ophthalmoscopes, maybe a Ledex, you know what I mean? On reserve, all the rooms that have armories, maybe that's where you find ammo or rarer gun parts or attachments or like the occasional RSAS, you know what I mean? Like
that gives you that gives people a mission, and that gives people something that they can like make almost habitual. They can, you know,
like farm it.
And BSG doesn't want that, you know, but that's like, is it a game or is it not a game?
Exactly. And that's a good way to put it. All of like the self-imposed missions in the game have been like carved and optimized out. You can't go on like runs for things anymore. It's unless you just go on like a duffel bag run. Even do you remember, because this was back when you were playing, when they added the Jaeger caches, the little, you know, things in the ground that you can loot, they were static at that point, and people did runs where they're like, I'm doing a shoreline stash run. Depending on my spawn, I know I hit and they made them static, or sorry, they made them dynamic. So now like 70% of them don't spawn, and the 30% that spawn in like 1 of 3 locations. And so you just can't really do that anymore. So it's like all of the self-imposed emergent missions you would give yourself have slowly been carved out of the game, which is insanity because by their own admission, the quests in the game are like, yeah, they're side quests. Like we don't really put a whole lot of like but that's all that's left, and they don't change. And so it just gets more and more and more and more frustrating to do them. Now, once again, I'll always say, man, if it's your third wipe, you have the complete opposite vibe. You're like, I'm just getting used to these quests, and you might be having like, this might be your best wipe ever. I totally get that. But like, hopefully even that person could see ahead and be like, well, yeah, like if all Tarkov ever was just me doing these quests again, then it'd be frustrating. So it is sad to see that. It is sad to see that the runs you used to be able to go on, the med runs, the ammo runs, the scav run where I'm always trying to hit this, the Jaeger stash runs to like find things. I need to go find things. All that's gone. It's just like, where's the most filing cabinets and duffel bags? And then just like pray to RNGesus. Like that's
when there are specific places you can go and have a chance of getting specific things, and they are like, they have like types, medical, guns, ammo, parts. then you have the ability to decide what you want to go and get and have some control over that.
Yeah.
And you also no longer need to, like, then when you need something, you know how to go get it.
Yes.
Now, the way it works is you just farm shit to either sell or to maximize rubles to just, whatever, and then buy it.
Yeah.
Or buy the stuff to craft it or buy the stuff to like barter for it. It's so not rewarding.
Yeah.
When everything is just convert time to rubles.
Yeah.
It's convert time to rubles and then rubles to progression.
Yeah.
But that's not what the game used to be, right? The game used to be time to experiences.
Yeah.
Full stop.
For sure. And that's why I was saying last week where I was like, it like reminded me of that when some of the static key spawns on Shoreline were like way up. It reminded me what it felt like to like, I'm looking for this thing and I know it can be here. And then your third or fourth or fifth time, you're like, it's there. As opposed to like looting a jacket, and every key in the game can spawn in jackets. So it's such a low chance of finding the key that I want that it's not worth farming jackets for the key that I want. But because any key can be in there, it's worth farming all the jackets. And so like, I'm not hoping really for anything specific. And whatever I get, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't need that yet, but I might need it later. Like that, those feel so different. I know that this key spawns here. I'm going to go on some runs to find it. And that reminded me how good that felt. And it reminded me of how much that's collapsed over time, where like LEDXs used to spawn on Shoreline and ammo used to spawn like crazy on Reserve. And like, it used to make a little bit more sense. It was never perfect, but it used to make more sense. And now it's all just duffel bag jacket, filing cabinet, duffel bag jacket. And then that's an interesting point you bring up where it's like, over time, they systematically, which I don't know why I never really put this together before, or at least in this way, they systematically removed the ways in which to acquire the thing you're looking for in raid. And they had ways to turn anything into money and then money into anything. So then the meta, like you said, slowly became just like farm anything, sell anything on the flea market, use the money to buy the thing. And like weirdly, even though that feels like the antithesis of the game, more and more, especially with the RMT restrictions and the nerfing, it kind of became super weighted that way. So now when the anti-flea market crowd got what they want, it didn't flip, it collapsed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now you can't find anything, but you're finding everything, and you can't turn that everything into rubles to get the thing you want. You're just finding everything. Everybody's stash is a nightmare because it's like, I just have everything, and most of the time, half of the things I need, and the other half I sell for the other half of the things I need, but now I have the stuff that I need, but I can't turn in yet, and I have no means of getting the other half of the things I need so I can turn in the things I need, but I just have this junk. And so I can't convert the time to ruble to experience, and I can't convert the time to experience. It's just time. And that's what it feels like. It's just like the wheel of like I'm just doing raids and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? It's just duffel bags, bro. The sky is basketball and Tarkov is duffel bags. Like that's where we're at. So
rip.
Yeah, rip. The only other thing of news, they tweeted some super cool like concept art picture. It's like an icebreaker ship and 2 quads riding out on the ice to like go to it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so people were like, I don't know if that's just concept art or like maybe part of like a cinematic from one of the storyline missions or whatever. I don't really like dig too deep into it, but it's interesting. It's cool. And then they posted, they've been doing, which once again, this I'll give them credit for. This is sick. I wish they'd been doing this all along, and I'm glad they're doing it now. They do monthly community digests where they talk about what they had been doing, what's coming, and any like events or stuff that's going on. And they feature a little bit about what's coming in the August patch, because on the roadmap, we were supposed to have a patch every month, which they've kept to so far. What makes me sad, though, is when we got our first roadmap earlier in the year, in the August patch, it said interchange, optimization, and expansion. When we got the updated roadmap in June, the August patch said shoreline, ground zero, and interchange optimizations. When we got this community digest, it says the August patch includes shoreline and ground zero optimizations. And I am so sad because when I saw interchange expansion, I don't even really need an expansion. Just like the map needs touching up and we need better extracts and spawns on that map. I was kind of hyped, and I just like have watched over the course of the year as it just like faded off the roadmap. And I was like, damn, bro. And I know they're sprinting towards 1.0 and all that kind of shit, but it made me sad because interchange needs some love, some LOVE love. Oh yeah, and then the real last thing is like they tweeted a while ago about how they're going to some games. Battlestate Games is heading on a global tour that will take part in several international gaming industry exhibitions, including PAX West, Tokyo Game Show, Paris Game Week, and G-Star. Yep. At these events, visitors will be able to preview elements of the upcoming release content for Escape from Tarkov, explore an exclusive merch collection, and hear directly from the developers. So they're not too crazy. They're going on a marketing tour. They're going to a bunch of conventions. They're going to be showing maybe some secret behind the scenes 1.0 stuff. The tinfoil hatters found all the dates. Like the Tokyo Game Show is in like November. And so the assumption is if the marketing tour is showcasing 1.0 things, they wouldn't do one of those after 1.0 came out. So people are like, okay, probably November or December.
Yeah.
For what minimum, like, you know, potentially 2026 still at this point, but that's kind of what people are thinking. For that. Now, to kind of like soft move away from Tarkov, dude. Okay, so Arc Raiders, nothing really crazy has been happening. They've been underground. They're October 30th. We know the release date. We're just trying to get there. They did a quick community update in their Discord. They like tweeted and it was just like community update. And the community update basically just was two things. It was like from the test, we saw we're optimizing the flow of the raids to make sure that like people hit all the spots, and we're optimizing the raider hatch keys, which are basically like extracts that you need a physical key to leave. So it was just two things. But I want to read you some of how they explained that.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because it's so cool to see a dev team understand what to communicate and how to communicate, and that it's important to communicate. Okay. In a session of Arc Raiders, the clearest way we communicate risk is through the map screen. It highlights areas where you can expect to run into greater arc threat, which is the AI, either through numbers or type, but have high concentrations of valuable loot. Players naturally gravitate towards these hotspots, often leading to encounters with other raiders. From the data in Tech Test 2, we could see that these high-risk areas were doing their job. They drew in more traffic, provided the best loot opportunities, and generated more players' collisions. We did find some discrepancies that are being improved on now, like locked rooms didn't provide enough value for the rarity of the key and the difficulty of getting into them. We also saw high-risk areas which had great loot without a matching presence of the AI. We're adjusting the AI spawns to give players a suitable challenge if they get there first. The data also revealed unexpected hotspots, places that we didn't intend to be frequented by the players. We're investigating what drew players to these areas to find out what made them so interesting. Rather than trying to remove these points of interest, we are working on applying additional level design to enhance and embellish them as worthwhile areas to play in. An example of something we utilize when trying to analyze and understand player behavior are heat maps, like the one pictured below, which shows player movement and activity for the dam map during Tech Test 2. These,
I want to see this. Where was this?
It's in their Discord. Here, I'll save this image and then upload it to you. You want the whole thing or just the heat map?
The heat map. I can show it too.
Yeah, there's the heat map. And it's a JPEG, not a JFIF.
LOL.
Would you look at that?
Would you just look at it?
Would you just look at it? So that's the heat map.
No, really, look at it.
Tools like these help us to determine where the majority of the activity took place and enable us balance the risk and reward of each area appropriately. This is just one of the ways we can use the heat map. For example, comparing this to heat maps of ARC behavior, which is the AI once again, they can help us determine places where the threat is too high or too low. We also maintain heat maps for player spawns, player deaths, loot actions, AI spawn, AI deaths, PvP damage, PvE damage, extraction starts, successes and failures, and so much more. As we continue our journey towards the launch, insights like these are vital to making sure we ship the best possible version of Arc Raiders. That was half of the community post about basically one patch note, which was we're working to ensure that the map flow is well. That is everything. That's what I'm talking about when I say I wish BSG would communicate. Do you want to know what the last piece of communication we got from BSG was?
Mm-hmm.
New balancing changes to the hardcore wipe. Level 3 for Peacekeeper, Skier, Mechanic, and Ref have been opened.
But why, Dad?
Yeah,
because I said so.
There was more words in their explanation of one of the patch notes in this Arc Raiders Community Digest than there were words in the patch notes for this wipe. Like, it's literally everything we've ever talked about. They establish what they want Arc Raiders to be. They explain the thing that they're looking at. They say where and how it's working well, and where and how it's falling short, and what they want it to look like, how we are going to change it, what things were unexpected, and then assure the player, instead of just getting rid of the unexpected things, that they would react to the players and make the game better than they thought based on the way the players acted, and assured us that they're using a plethora of data to do it. Like,
and creating fucking visuals to show us the data they've collected.
That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't. I don't like. Now what? It's too late, right? Like, it's too late for Tarkov. If Tarkov started doing all this now, it would be great. But it's just like, this is what makes me so excited for this game more than like most gameplay elements, right? It's like, it's exactly that. They have a clear vision. They know what they want their game to be, which means they're confident to explain that vision. They're willing to take feedback. You know, Arc Raiders is a game that's basically the culmination of like 3 years of undercover playtests. They're showing in here how they're like, oh, we didn't expect this to happen, but it's cool and we want to keep it in the game. Dude. So it was just like, and then the other half of it was talking about extracts and how extracts are supposed to be hard, and the balance of, you know, how hard something is to do and how rewarding it is, and how we thought it was a little overtuned and that's going to feel worse, but we think it's going to be better for the game. Like, it's, oh my God. So I read that and I was just like, yes, that makes me excited for Arc Raiders, but it's like I don't remember, it was like League of Legends or something. We read some patch notes that were similar, where it was just like, it's so crazy how much of a difference it makes when you can understand the why behind a change. When you can understand what the devs want the game to be like, why they think it's not hitting that mark, what they're going to do to change it. And then all of that provides for like infinitely better feedback, as opposed to like, they forgot to put the fact that there were going to be no quests in the patch notes, and Nikita had to tweet that out as if everyone that read the patch notes was going to see that tweet. So like, So not only does that make me sad that Tarkov never really took that route, but it makes me excited AF for Arc Raiders.
It's like, it's genuinely so sad that you shouldn't be impressed by what Arc Raiders is doing, because that should just be what is done, right?
Yep.
Like, it's, and obviously I'm not saying like they don't deserve credit.
No,
but like,
no. But
it genuinely is like hearing you talk. Okay, bringing back our favorite metaphor, one of our favorite metaphors. There's no shit kick in this one.
Okay.
You are talking about your new boyfriend.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's incredible how like he asks me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
Ask me how my day was, and like he makes dinner and he asks me if I want some. Like, it's just so nice. It's so refreshing that he doesn't just hit me and then tell me to make him dinner every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, good for the new guy, I guess. Like,
yep. Yep. For sure. So yeah. And I mean, and it's like, it's not even that big of a deal. I'm not even that excited. It's not like there's 2 months, 29 days, 5 hours, 7 minutes, and 53 seconds until Arc Raiders comes out. So it's not that big of a deal.
Beep. You have like a countdown somewhere. Beep.
Yeah, we have a ! Arc Waiters command in chat that pulls up the
Arc Waiters.
Arc Waiters.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yep. So yeah, other than that, the only other kind of like big gaming thing is I don't know if you were ever really a Battlefield guy in the past. I wasn't, but the Battlefield 6 stuff is going on. They did like a big multiplayer reveal today. They showed some footage. They have like 200 creators out there all playing the game in LA right now.
I saw someone came in and was like, "Oh my god, they just did the new multiplayer trailer." I was like, "Yeah, I don't care."
Yeah.
But they're like, "Oh, Jesse's watching it right now." I'm like, "I'll watch it." Like, I watched it. It's not actually that I don't care. It's just mostly, I mean, I did play a bunch of Battlefield back in the day,
like 3, 4 back in those days.
Yeah, I mean, like the OG ones, Battlefield. Was it Bad
Company? Yep.
And then the one that was like, what was the one that was like World War One?
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1, yeah. So I played a bunch of it. My only real, not issue with the game, but like I was never really interested in the vehicle stuff.
Yeah, same.
Because I never kind of just understood how to use them. Like, I just never really learned, it was always like, I can go all the way over here and get in a chopper, and then like I'll kill one guy and then like crash, or like I'll get shot down. And then it's like, I was never effective with it, and never cared enough to like think about what would be the right way. It always just ended up being what's effectively my least favorite game mode in every other FPS, which was domination. Like, I never played domination in COD, which is they're capturing A, and then everyone, and literally this is when you have a fucking pub lobby, right?
Yeah.
25 people all move to A and they fight. We've captured A. They're capturing C. Everyone goes to C. They're capturing A. You've captured C. And it's just that the whole time.
Yeah.
No, like it just basically feels like team deathmatch, except the map is 800 times larger than it needs to be, and I don't know where anyone is at any time.
Yeah.
So I usually only get like 1 or 2 kills before I die, as opposed to like back in the day with COD, I would get 15, like kill streaks were a thing.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that like one's better than the other. It's purely subjective.
No, for sure. I was gonna say, when I played Battlefield games in the past, the reason that like young Jesse never vibed with them too much is because I played them like Call of Duty. Like, I never got in a vehicle. I never thought about like engineering. I just like ran at the front line, and then I would either get like run over by a vehicle or blown up by a helicopter. And then I just remember being like, dude, the vehicles in this are so stupid. But that was on me for like, I was just playing it like COD. I wasn't like playing it like a Battlefield game. It was just like, you had 3 friends that had Battlefield, so I bought Battlefield or whatever. But nowadays I'm much more like interested in broadening the scope of like the FPS games that I play and vibe with. And so like it's like, it's kind of like the same thing with MMOs. Like you've heard me say before, it's like I missed WoW and I really would like an MMO to play, but all the MMOs that come out now, everyone says are bad. So like I don't play any of them. So it's the same thing where it's like nowadays, I think Battlefield, I would enjoy it a lot more because I would actually like try to understand the game I'm playing. But all the modern Battlefield, all the Battlefield players say are ass. So I never really got into Battlefield. You know what I mean? So this one is interesting. There's
the trailer looked fucking pretty rad.
Yeah. The guys that make trailers for games these days just like deserve what they're getting paid. They always make them look so awesome.
and I always have to like reality check a little bit to say like how much of this being so fucking hype is the music.
So much of it, bro. They used the Limp Bizkit track in the
they didn't edit it too. Like
yes.
They didn't edit it, so
yeah.
I just wasn't expecting to hear fuck. It was like hell yeah.
Exactly. The music goes hard, bro. But I am also like, gaming is a more like emotionally and like borderline like game politics, politically like crazy landscape now where like you can't speak the name Battlefield without like it being a race. And then this isn't just a Battlefield thing. This is literally every game. But you can't say Battlefield without like a race to the bottom. Where if you're like, the new Battlefield looks interesting, it's like, no, it's not. No pre-orders. Don't pre-order. They all suck. All the Battlefields suck. You really watched the trailer for that and thought it looked good? You must be stupid. You must be new around here. Have you not played all the Battlefields? They suck now. Don't give EA anything. And it's like, whoa. That was like literally all day. I put Battlefield in my title because I was going to watch the thing. And it's like, it's emotionally charged. And like I said, I wasn't a Battlefield fan growing up. So I'm not connected.
Like myopic.
Yeah, I'm not connected to that emotion. Like I believe the Battlefield fans that Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield 5 were ass, and that the good old days were Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 and Bad Company. Like I believe you, but I haven't said that I'm like hooking up the freaking IV of Battlefield 6. Like I had a conversation with somebody today where they were like, Battlefield 6 is so overhyped. And I was like, what does that mean? Because nobody knows anything about it yet. We've seen some leaked gameplay, but like, what do you mean overhyped? And they were like, I don't know, man. I'm just going to wait until I play it to give any opinions. And I was like, yeah, no, I agree with that. But like, how is it overhyped? And like, I don't know, man. Just like the past few ones have been bad. And like, I wasn't sure. I saw the trailer and I don't know. And I was like, I think what you're trying to say is just like, you don't know if you like it. That doesn't mean it's overhyped. Like, I could go on a whole tangent on like hype and how I think like hype needs some personal accountability. Like, like if Shroud is like mad excited for a game, you know, he's been playing Grounded too. If he's like, holy shit, this game's awesome. And I look at it and I go, that doesn't look fun. Is it hype if he enjoys it and he says he enjoys it and I don't like, or is it just, I don't like that game and he likes that game? Like
to me, I think like,
I don't know.
With how many times like we've been burned in recent history with all the things that I don't need to repeat. You're just not allowed to be excited. No one's allowed to have a positive view of anything that doesn't exist yet.
And the thing is that it's no longer, you're not allowed to be excited. You're not allowed to be interested.
Well, you have to assume it'll be trash.
Exactly. And my dude, hot take, if you assume a game is trash before seeing any of it, you're as cringe as the people that assume it's going to be great without seeing anything of it. That might be a spicy meatball, but take me back to like opinions based on experiences and things. And like, now you might be like, it's totally understandable to be like, the past few Battlefields have sucked. I don't have any faith in EA to make a good one. It's like, I get that. But Battlefield 6 is, the amount of times I saw this today, Battlefield 6 is going to be worse than Battlefield 2042. You're just saying words, bro. You're going to disappear into the ether if Battlefield 6 is great. And if you're right, you're just going to be right on a coin flip. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that sentence you just said was 5 words too long. They're going to disappear into the ether.
Yeah, I mean, period. That's true. The independent.
Like it's just a pointless throwaway nothing burger of a statement that is completely.
We've talked about this before where like I feel like I get cornered into arguing an opinion that I don't have. I don't think Battlefield 6 is going to be anything. I don't know that it's going to be good or bad. But when you're like, it's going to be ass, I'm like, well, you don't know that. And then I end up arguing for the fact that I think it's going to be good. I don't think it's good. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know that. I haven't played it. That's the whole point, is like, I don't know. So it's like, I'm not saying EA's off the hook, right? All the pre-order shit that they did with Battlefield 2042, we were talking about this before, where like, we were talking about this earlier in chat, where like the concept of pre-ordering a digital product is crazy because like there's no scarcity to it, right? Like we would pre-order copies of Halo because GameStop only would get 70 and I wanted one, right?
Yeah.
Pre-ordering a digital thing seems insane. So to keep that FOMO up, they started doing shit like, well, you get to play a week early if you pre-order. Like that shit is horrendous. And like all the marketing corpo speak on Battlefield 2042 when they were like, we understand what makes a Battlefield game good and we dropped the ball with Battlefield 5 and like this one's going to get you freaking rock hard. Like, I think all that's scummy and the pre-orders are scummy. I'm not giving EA the pass here. I'm just saying it's like, is it insanity? Like, that your opinion is like, I don't know, man. Well, I'll just wait and see. Is that crazy? Like, you don't have to pre-order. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to suck the dick of anyone that works at EA. You can just be like, I don't know, man. I'll wait until I see it.
Now, if you tweak this like conceptual, this hypothetical, right? If you tweak it a tiny bit that you'll recognize,
okay,
but that type of person does not recognize. They see 2 different pictures and it's the same picture to them.
Yeah.
You'll see where they're coming from. Bro, I can't wait for the next wipe of Tarkov. It's going to be so lit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is that the next wipe of Tarkov or the next update or the next patch, the number of reasons you have to believe that would be different or better or things would be is infinitely smaller than a totally different game, even if it's by the same developer. It's a lot closer to a blank slate.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean.
But from their perspective, they're rolling their eyes because what they think is it couldn't possibly be because it's the same people doing the same thing.
Which again,
where they're wrong is that, and we've seen enough of these where, someone makes 75 versions of a game. And the 4th, the 7th, the 1st, the 11th were incredible. And,
Yeah. And I guess what I'm saying is that like all of that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is like the violence with which they hold an opinion. You know what I mean? Like as if Battlefield 2042 like took their wife and, started a second family with them. Like the violence with which they have the opinion. And 2, it's just everybody thinks like the guy that was super hyped for No Man's Sky. No, the guy that was super hyped for Cyberpunk 2077, and they were super excited for it, and they kept saying that they were super excited for it, and then when it launched and it was like a disaster, and there were like PlayStation 2 graphics, and it was crashing, the guy that was like, no, man, it's like, it's perfect. There's not that many bugs. Everybody thought that guy was cringe, because everybody wanted it to be good, but it wasn't good at launch, and it was cringe, the guy that was just like, no, he was just like coping out of his mind. What I'm saying is it's equally cringe because you do that to yourself when you spend like 5 years telling yourself like Battlefield 6 is going to suck ass. Battlefield 6 is going to suck ass. I get that you're trying to insulate yourself from the hype, But what you're doing is like, no matter what the game is, you're going to think it sucks. And that's going to be cringe. I'm not saying Battlefield 6 is going to be great. It could suck ass. But if it's good, and then you just become the guy that's like nonstop, you're like, nah, it's not like it used to be. And everyone's like, bro, we're just trying to have a good time, bro. It's fun. Like, you're that guy. You're just that guy on the other side. So it's like, that's what it's like. I get it. If you're a Battlefield dude, I get it, man. The last few games sucked. You shouldn't trust. I was making fun of the Corpo speak. It's just 72 minutes of like, Battlefield, never seen before, destruction. You know, they just kept saying fuck on stage because that's so badass. It's so fucking cool, man. And like, you've never, like, there's classes. Have you guys ever seen an M4? Like, I get it. Like, don't trust them. Don't pre-order the game. But you don't have to write in your diary every day for 2 years, Battlefield 6 is going to suck. Battlefield 6 is going to suck. Battlefield 6 is going to suck. Just like, wait until you see it. Don't pre-order it. And if it looks bad, you can just not play it. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to sell it. I didn't get invited to LA. Like, I don't know, bro. Yeah, built from the ground up every time. Dude, this one's built from the ground up. It's
yeah, maybe you shouldn't build this one from the ground up. I mean, like,
oh, man.
I completely agree with everything you're saying. I know what's going through these guys' heads.
Yeah.
And you know, like, it's and I would be militant about so many similar things, but they're similar enough that the nuance is lost on people. But, you know, the devil is in the details.
Yeah.
You know, anybody who says they're excited about Tarkov or oh my God, bro, I'm so excited for fucking JD Vance coin. It's going to be I'm going to the moon. I'm going to get rich.
Hodl, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to get rich, bro. Like, ignore I know I lost money on Hawktua and I know I lost money on Melania coin, you know, but like, trust me, dude, Vance coin, you should see the fucking white paper, you know, like, it's just,
yeah.
And if one of my friends said that to me, I'd be like, brother, how the fuck are you? How are you gonna get scammed by these motherfuckers again?
Yeah.
Don't let yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm doing exactly what that person's doing to you. The difference is that it's not proportional or justified to say this game is going to be trash, bro. Don't this, don't that. What's reasonable, the proportionate response is, yeah, you know, the last couple of Battlefield games haven't been good. I really hope this one's going to be better. I guess we'll see. Full stop. That's it. Yeah. There's like nothing else to say.
Or like you said, like in the analogy that you gave, I am getting responses that are like that are like, bro, don't get scammed, whatever. But that was based on the first part of your metaphor was like, dude, I'm all in on Vcoin, Vance coin. I know I lost money. But that exactly what I'm saying. I'm getting responses proportional to that. But what I'm saying is like, bro, have you seen Vcoin? That's it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, dude, Battlefield 6, I know Battlefield 5, I know 2042, but Battlefield, that's what I'm saying is like, it's exactly that. It's these people have shadow boxed the argument with someone in their head that's convinced Battlefield 6 is going to be the best Battlefield game ever. So then when I say, dude, I feel like I missed the Battlefield boat. I'm interested in Battlefield 6, man. Like, I hope it's good. They haven't shadowboxed with that guy. And so they don't know what to do other than say the answer that they were going to give to the guy that was like coping for Battlefield 6.
Yeah.
So that's the answer. And that's when I'm like, yo, calm down. I'm not even saying, once again, the words you're saying, I'm not even saying are wrong. Battlefield 2042 sucks. I believe you. Battlefield 5 sucked. I believe you. Don't pre-order. I agree. But you're saying them with such veracity and as if you're mad at me, but you're also trying to save me from something. There's just so many emotions I don't get. Like, it doesn't have to be all caps. Like, if you just typed, like you said, I don't know. The past few were really disappointing. If I said I'm interested in Battlefield 6 and this was the response, I would totally accept this as valid. I don't know. The past few I thought were really, really bad. I just don't think they can make a good Battlefield anymore. I would be like, that's super fair. But the like, whenever I say something, I'm just like, whoa, it's so weird, bro. It's so weird. So,
yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like I said,
everybody wants to be a jaded,
I don't know. Like,
everybody wants to be a jaded, cynical expert that is not going to get fooled again.
Yeah.
There's a saying in Texas,
Fool
or maybe
me
in
once.
Tennessee, or maybe but it's also in Texas. Fool me once.
Shame on me.
Shame on me.
Fool me twice.
You can't get fooled.
Won't get fooled again. I know, I haven't seen it, but there has to be an edit out there where as soon as he says that, it's the Who. Won't get fooled again. And then the Eagle, The CSI Miami, Horatio Kane taking off his sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
There's got to be that. Now watch this drive. Anyways, I say all that to say, the Battlefield gameplay looked kind of cool. And what I will say in the W column for them is that next weekend and the following weekend, like I don't think it's like full way through the week, but next weekend and the following weekend is a beta that I believe is an open beta. You have to get Twitch drops to get you have to watch Twitch to get a key to play the 9th and the 10th. But the 11th, 12th, and 13th is open for everybody. You don't have to pre-order the game. So, Battlefield fans, over the next couple weeks, you're going to be able to play the game.
Don't even play it for free,
Yeah.
bro.
You're going to be able to watch the game, and we're all going to be able to get a gauge for it before you pre-order, before you buy, which I think is good. I think locking betas behind pre-orders would be a horrendous decision, but they're not. You can just play it next week.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's the gaming news. Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders, our Lord and Savior.
Or like Battlefield sucks, am I right?
Battlefield sucks.
I need the
Yeah, you need the ham horn, bro.
Damn it.
Damn. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. All I can picture is the massive mural of fucking GW Bush in Texas in the fucking the Texas Capitol building.
Bro. He had
pretty lit actually.
He had some quotes. He had some memes.
Dude, it's 2025 and I miss George W. Bush, and I say that unironically. Quote me on it. I don't even fucking care. Clip it, quote me on it.
Quote me on it.
Oh.
Nothing Donald Trump has ever done is funnier than addressing the reporters for some super serious ass shit and then turning into now watch this drive. It's mint, bro. It's mint.
Well, if we're funny, there are some pretty like remember never mind. Oh God! No, I was just gonna bring up that whole wall joke. Remember when you talked about that wall? That was a funny fucking long-standing joke.
Dude, it's so funny. The lines are blurring between the PP and this. I said the word Donald Trump, and then I was like, wait, we don't ever talk about that here.
Yeah, you said it, and I was like, I literally panicked for a moment. I was like, oh shit! Abort!
Oh my God, that's so funny. We have to save this bit. We should save this topic. Which president was funnier? Because I have thoughts for the PP next week.
Now, I do have to ask, did you watch South Park ever?
A little bit, not a whole lot.
A little bit. Well, you had to say it. I saw it a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
The latest episode was quite a...
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? Did you not see anything on anywhere?
I feel like I saw a couple people being mad about South Park, but I don't even know.
Yeah.
Newest episode is
Well,
much watched. Damn.
I won't share what my opinions. I'll just state the facts. Okay. No fake news here. Just the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the episode, it makes fun of a whole bunch of things like NPR getting canceled and cancel culture and all this stuff. But like the main sort of running gag is that Trump has basically every night tries to get in bed with Satan, and he's like, "Come on, guy," like, you know, and trying to and he's just like he's not interested because he's got such a tiny penis. And then at the end, there was and basically the whole thing is about Trump sues South Park
In the episode,
like the town of South Park, and then basically they end up settling, and they only have to pay like $5 million or whatever, and they make a PSA, and the PSA at the end, bro, they did some like deep fake technology. I swear to God, it just looks like it's real. It's basically Trump walking through the desert, taking articles of clothing off until he's completely naked, collapses it on, and you see everything, collapses on the ground, and like the end of it is just this fucking little wiener popping up that says like, "And I approve this message." It's
damn. How did I miss that?
Yeah, no, it's if you have Paramount. Yeah, and this was after they just got, I think, like a $50 billion deal with South Park with Paramount, and they're basically like, "All right, let's gamble here,
this, bro.
We're either gonna go out in a blaze of glory or get to say what we want to say." So
let's freaking
Yeah, his penis is small, but his love for America is large. Right? Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's right. They put little googly eyes on the head of the penis.
The penis.
And so they didn't have to blur it.
Wow.
Yes, it was quite the. And I'm not saying I'm not saying it was funny. I'm not saying anything about how fantastic the episode was. I'm just saying those are the facts.
Oh my god. That's something. That's something. Well, South Park. I gotta watch it. But yeah, I mean that's kind of it. That's all I got.
Brother, we've got a few minutes. Maybe I should say it's been a long time. Should I do a story time, like a real quick?
Bro,
story
we could
time?
do a story time.
What do we have in my list? It's been so long since we've had a story time. Okay, so what I have in my list, and some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. I'll pick a shorter one. But in the list, the titles for the stories I have.
Oh, yes.
The first one's called "It Has Utility," in quotes. The next one's called "Saving an Old British Man's Life," twice. The next one is "Jellyfish Cruise Debacle." The next one is "Wedding Brawl." Next one is "Golfing Under the Minivan." The next one is "Substitute Teaching."
Your freaking stories have great names.
Yeah. Then the BMW crash. Suspended off the bus.
No, that could be like you were suspended from riding the bus or you were held suspended off the bus. Like Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible style.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess you'll never know until I tell whether or not I did some sick ass Mission Impossible stunts, or whether I was a shithead and got thrown off the bus. The next one's Pontius Pilate. Well, actually, you know what? This is barely even a story time. I'll just say this really quickly right now.
He was a guy.
I don't even know why. I don't know why I put this on here because it's not really a story, but basically, I think I was playing Pictionary, and this is not a Stomachache, okay?
I was hoping.
But I think it was probably like might even have been the same session. Basically, my dad never lets me live down that I looked at this name.
Pontius Pilate.
Yes. Well, to me, it was Pontius Pilate.
So it is another Stomachache.
It's kind of another Stomachache, yeah.
Pontius
Pilate. Well, here's the thing. I didn't go to fucking Bible school.
I know.
But I knew Chris Pontius from Jackass, and I knew what Pilates was.
Oh my god! Imagine he had a Pilates class called Pontius Pilates.
Pontius Pilates? Oh my god, that's canonical, dude. That's the fucking New Testament. You could get lattes.
Oh my god!
And do sheep yoga and Pontius Pilates.
Did I ever send you the video of the Gen Z Bible reading?
No.
Oh my god, dude. It's so good. It's so good. Hold on. I'm going to find you. Tell me the story and then I'll find this video.
Okay, well that's the entirety of the story for Pontius Pilate.
Yeah.
Let's see what I mean, I'll just do a really short one because it's just one of my favorites. It's just one of my favorites because this guy is just a character, and now I can't say this word without a very specific accent. So when I worked at State Farm Insurance, there was a customer that we had that was I want to say he was like a mid-30s, very Indian guy.
Okay.
Like just recently, came over.
Okay.
I don't know. I was trying to figure out how to say it.
Okay.
I don't know what the normal word was. I got scared. I panicked. Try not to get canceled. This cancel culture. Anyway, so he was wearing a hat. I don't know if you've ever seen one such hat.
A hat such as this.
But he was wearing a hat that was like
okay, yeah.
A beanie with a brim.
Bill. Yeah.
And you could tell he was like trying to get with the culture, whatever. All the power to him. He's an awesome guy, really funny, cool dude. But I'll never forget what he said after I complimented
the hat.
I was like, yo, I like your hat, man. And he went, I'm not going to say the beginning part with the accent, but I'm going to do the accent for the second part. He said the reason why he liked the hat was, and I quote, it has utility, but it's pretty tight. It has utility, and it's pretty tight.
Oh, my God.
And my mind was blown. And I can't say the word utility without
yeah.
Utility. Because it has utility, and it's pretty tight. And I'll just never forget.
That's S tier,
never
bro.
Forget that. Holy
dude,
shit,
he's just spitting, bro. That's just facts.
Utility.
Bro, watch. You don't have to watch the video, but play. I sent you a link. Play the audio.
For the stream?
Yeah. If you ever went to like Sunday school, then you know these Bible verses. It's going to be less funny if you don't, but this shit is hilarious if you went to Sunday school, bro. I mean, I've probably already way overhyped it, so it's not that funny, but we have an emote in the chat based on this video.
After Jesus started live streaming and the chat filled up, he began to go off saying, W to those who aren't thirsty for this midlife, for they will have eternal life. W to those who take L's from this life, for they will receive an everlasting W. W to those who don't throw hands, for they will secure the eternal bag. W to those who want help passing God's vibe check, for he will say bet. W to those who don't cancel others, for they will not be canceled by the top G. W to those whose spiritual fit is immaculate, for their hearts will be cuffed by God. W to those who turn ops into bros, for they will be called CEOs of peace. W to those who catch hands for being valid, for they will not be left unread by God. W to you when the ops be capping hard, and to you so very dirty because you're my fam. Trust, you have crushed it, and have the eternal W, for so they did the true bros before you.
Dude, it's...
The fucking music.
Bro, blessed are those who turn ops into bros, for they will be deemed CEOs of peace. Dude.
I think, yeah, and maybe now I understand why Zoomers have to watch everything with subtitles.
Yeah.
It's because they don't understand like normal English. Because I had to look at the subtitles because the guy wasn't enunciating.
Yeah.
Utility.
Yeah.
He didn't enunciate. But also like I don't know what fucking none of that is like proper English. So I don't know. I wouldn't know unless I had subtitles.
Dude.
Now I get it.
Oh my God. It just like once Jesus started live streaming and the chat filled up, like that's how it starts. Because I mean, I heard that my whole life, dude. Blessed are those who are poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. So that is like, blessed are those who turn ops into bros, for they will be deemed CEOs of peace. They will not be left unread by the top G. Like, it is just a 1-for-1 actually, like, if you know the Bible verses and you know Gen Z lingo, like, he is reading the Bible. Like, it is.
For he will say, bet.
Yeah. Oh, dude. For they will receive the everlasting W. Yep. Blessed are those who don't throw hands, for they will secure the eternal bag.
Dude, I find myself,
God.
And I've been 100% successful so far, but I find myself wanting to use some of the slang that I heard in the Bear that I don't know if it's Chicago slang or if it's Zoomer, more modern slang, or if it's some combination, but like, you know, the whole like herd.
Bro, that's...
Or say less.
Say less.
I've never said those words in my life, but I hear Zoomer saying them, and everyone said it constantly.
See, it's so funny because those are... Wow, because when you first started, I was like, how would you not know what's like kitchen slang or Zoomer slang? But then when you just said those two things, that does make sense. They sound almost identical. Herd is for sure kitchen. Like, as someone who worked in a lot of kitchens, that's just like heard. It's just the shortest way to say I heard you.
Affirmative, but it's one syllable.
But what was the other one? Say less. That's Zoomer slang. But they are more similar than I would have thought. Yeah. But yeah, herd, yeah. I unironically say chef now all the time. Like when my wife asks me to do something, I'm like, yes, chef. My wife.
Oh, yeah. I wanted. That was one of those things where I like said in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm going to start just randomly calling.
Yep.
My wife, Jeffrey, actually.
Yes.
That's my favorite one.
Jeff. Yes, Jeff. I love that.
Jeffrey. Yeah.
Yes, Jeff.
Just like after watching Lost. I called her Freckles for like the longest time.
Nice.
She doesn't even have freckles.
Yeah.
You know.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Sorry. PTSD.
Beep, beep.
Dude.
Is there still that website?
Lost was great. I don't know. That's a great question.
Do you remember that website though? There was a website that was like, enterthehatch.com. The website the page isn't working.
Aww.
There was one where it was like a crowdsourced thing where it was basically like there was one global timer and someone had to put in the numbers every 108 minutes. And it was like, how long could we keep it going? And like,
that's crazy.
Like, obviously, no one's going to be on call, but if you crowdsource the fucking world of fan,
exactly,
the
and there were enough people,
someone will be around.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, enterthehatch.com is not loading.
Rip.
Say Less has been around forever. None of you were cool enough to know it, apparently. Listen, I'm not
Say Less, bro.
From the hood. I never had a fucking hat with a brim.
It does utility.
I never experienced the utility.
Also,
I love it.
I feel like lots of words go away and then come back. Bro, I remember, speaking of the way I grew up, dude, do you remember back in the day, I don't know but pimp was like, that's pimp. Like that was, dude, my older brother said that all the time. He was like, bro, that's pimp. And my dad used to get so mad. Do you know what a pimp is, son? Do you know what? That's so like, dude, he got so mad. And I think that's why my brother did it. But dude, shit was pimp back in the day.
That all the time. Oh my God. Okay. Now there's two other quick stories that I want to say on the same vein. I remember when I was little, not little, I was, it's probably 7th grade or something. Yeah. I remember I was like, Dad, I really want to go to the store. There's this Tommy Hilfiger shirt that I want to wear. And my dad's like, why would you want some guy's name on your shirt? For all we know, Tommy Hilfiger could be a pedophile. And now for the rest of my life, every time I see Tommy Hilfiger, I'm like, I'm like, yeah, for all we know, we don't know Tommy Hilfiger. Oh God, it's such a dad thing to say, but yeah. So there's that, and then there was, oh God, this is the fucking most hilarious thing. I promise you would have to be there, and I don't care that none of you will think this is funny. I don't give a fuck. I
love it. Yeah, speak your truth, King.
My cousin and I used to stay over my cousin's house for like a week at a time during the summers, like all the time. We were like best friends back in the day. He's like a year older than me. And we would always play fucking Dave Mirra BMX 2 on PlayStation or Fight Night.
Oh yeah.
The original, the OG Fight Night. And I think it was Dave Mirra. It could have been Fight Night, but I think it was Dave Mirra. Remember how like those kinds of games, if you got like a high score, you'd have to like enter your name?
Yes.
I don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember that I got like so excited for getting the high score that like I think I threw the controller or something. So the controller got kind of fucked up. And I'm like, but I got the high score. I want to put my name in, but I was trying to like move the cursor on like the QWERTY keyboard on screen, but like the X button was like stuck down. So we tried for like 20 minutes, and it was one of those things where it's like you're just having a giggle fit and you can't.
Yeah.
The end result was plum player, and then we couldn't. I just couldn't get to backspace.
Yes,
plum, because it starts off as player 1.
Yep.
And I like did the backspace. It just ended up as PLMMMMMMMM playa. So now for the longest time, for like 2 decades, it's always been like plum, and we knew what the fuck that meant. It made no sense to anybody else. But holy shit, Matt, if you're listening, fucking plum playa,
brother. Oh, dude. Everybody's got those like you really actually had to be there moments that just like changed your life, like permanently etched themselves into your brain. Oh yeah. Those are the best. Damn. Well, hell yeah, bro. Storytime unlocked a whole host of other small mini stories and topics, which was great, bro. So yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. Thank you guys for hanging. As always, we had a little close call and then a mini advert for the patreon.com/thepodcastpod. We do extra episodes over there, and they get hilarious and spicy and fun, and we talk about all sorts of shit, and it's cool, and you should be there. Patreon.com/thepodcastpod. Thank you again to Cash App for sponsoring this episode. You guys are the best, and we will definitely see you on the next one. Yes!